Alright, let's dive into this. If you haven't seen the House of the Dragon Season 3 finale yet, turn back now, because I'm about to unpack one of the most haunting, controversial, and oddly beautiful twists in TV history. Seriously, this isn't just a shocker. It's a narrative bombshell that redefines everything we thought we knew about power, morality, and what it means to win in Westeros. And no, I'm not talking about dragons or bloody battles. I'm talking about Queen Helaena's death. Yep, the woman who spent most of the season locked in a tower, whispering prophecies and mourning caged birds, just became the most important casualty of the Dance of the Dragons. Let me explain why this moment isn't just tragic. It's a masterclass in storytelling, and honestly, the show's turning point. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Helaena wasn't just another noble casualty. She was the show's moral compass, the one character who somehow stayed uncontaminated by the rot of ambition, even while married to a tyrant. And that's what makes her death so gut-wrenching. Think about it. Every other major player in this war is driven by revenge, legacy, or raw hunger for the throne. But Helaena? She was a dreamer. A woman who saw beauty in caterpillars and cursed herself for surviving when others didn't. So when she finally chooses to die, it's not a defeat, it's a rebellion. A final devastating you to a world that turned her into a pawn. And honestly, that might be the most punk rock move in the entire series. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Why focus on her when Rhaenyra's the main character? Great question. Here's the thing. Helena's death doesn't just advance the plot. It exposes Rhaenyra's fatal flaw. See, Rhaenyra's entire arc has been about proving she deserves the throne. Right? But Helena's suicide? That's the moment Rhaenyra becomes the villain she's been trying to deny. Because Helaena didn't die because of a sword or a dragon. She died because she was trapped by Rhaenyra's need to control the narrative. And that's the real tragedy here. Rhaenyra spent seasons fighting to be seen as a hero, but Helena's corpse becomes the mirror that shows her the truth. She's not Daenerys 2.0. She's Cersei with wings. And that's a twist that'll echo long after the credits roll. But let's talk about the artistry of it all, because holy wow, did they nail this. Phia Saban's performance? The prosthetics team making her death both grotesque and poetic? The symbolism of that bird scene? This wasn't just a death scene, it was a thesis statement. I mean, the woman spent her final moments holding a dead caterpillar. A literal metaphor for her stifled potential. And the force-feeding scene? That wasn't just torture. It was a metaphor for how the world kept shoving lies down her throat, until she had to invent her own reality to survive. And yet, even in her worst moment, Helaena lands a gut punch line like, "There are things in the world you'll never know how beautiful they are." That's not just dialogue. That's a curse on the entire Targaryen dynasty. So where does this leave us? Well, if Helaena was the moral heart of the show, her death means we're officially in the no heroes zone. This isn't Game of Thrones anymore, where you could root for Jon Snow or Arya. This is a world where the kindest soul gets spiked on the ground, and the survivors have to ask themselves, is power even worth the cost if it demands your soul? And here's the kicker. This isn't just about dragons or dynasties. It's a commentary on how systems of power destroy empathy. Helaena didn't just die for plot reasons. She died because the world refused to let her exist as she was. And isn't that the most terrifying fate of all? What do you think? Was Helena's death inevitable? Or could this story have saved her? Drop a comment below. And if you're still clinging to hope for a happy ending in Westeros, well, let's just say you might want to lower your expectations. Because if this finale taught us anything, it's that in the Game of Thrones the nicest people always die first.